It's 106.7 The Fan, broadcasting live from WWE Fan Access in New Jersey. We're joined by the best in the world right now. CM Punk is with us here live. What's up, Punk? Good to see you, man.
We are live. How are you?
Absolutely. Doing great. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it, man.
They can't see it because it's radio, but I look pretty good in that magazine cover.
I remember when you
I look all right.
You're sitting on the stage and like, I'm not on the cups, I'm not on the magazine covers. Yeah. You're on all of it now, man. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's amazing what a little squeaking will get you. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Let me ask you about that, man. Like,
let's talk about it.
You have how much creative input do you have now at this point with the company? It seems like a lot.
God, I don't even know what that means.
Really?
You know, I don't know. But it was like in regards to like interviews and stuff.
Just your angles and what you say.
I tend to. I'm not going to say I do whatever I want or anything like that, you know. But yeah, it's. I think when you're at this level, like a guy like me, John Cena, you know, Triple H, you have input. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like you just showing up to work and you're looking at the sheet and seeing your name and just, okay, doing whatever. You know, there's input, there's thought, there's a thought put into it.
It's just wild to see someone that's as good on the mic as you have Paul Heyman with you, and while it works amazingly, and especially if you're...
It shouldn't work, right?
No.
Because it should...
You're two talkers.
Yeah. And it works. It's fun.
It's just weird. It's cool to see that they will let you do that, I guess, if that's for lack of a better word. The run when you were on with your title and that whole angle was going down, I kept seeing you try to do and I don't want to, you know, simplify it, but do the heel thing, and people just continue to cheer and cheer and cheer. Is that good or bad for what you're trying to accomplish?
I don't know. I don't think a lot of people have asked me that, and I don't think it's just predominant necessarily as you might think. You know, like maybe on TV. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's like John Cena, you know, huge hero, good guy, and I mean he gets booed half the time.
Yeah.
And we both have the same thought process. I don't care what people do. They've paid their money to enjoy the show. They can yell, scream, cheer, boo, whoever they want, as long as they're really, really loud.
We were in the Verizon Center for Raw, and you're dumping what is symbolic of Paul Bearer's ashes all over the Undertaker, right going into WrestleMania, and people are chanting your name. That's what I was pointing to, is that if there's anything that is more quote-unquote blasphemous, you were able, I don't know what else you could have done, and people were still excited. I think it's a weird thing.
Tune in Monday night, we'll find out. You know, like, I ain't done yet.
Do you have any more Earn shtick planned? I enjoyed Earn Anderson and everything that's going on that CM Punk.
I'm throwing the pitch out for the Mets game tonight.
Oh, man.
You might see the Earn on the mound.
You're not throwing the Earn, are you?
You never know.
You do never know. You were doing jiu-jitsu with Ed O'Neill. How did that all come about?
He's been training jiu-jitsu for years.
Yeah.
Ed's a black belt, and I was there. We just kind of crossed paths. We were there at the same time. You know, like my coach is Henner Gracie, and Henner's father has been Ed's coach for years.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one who got Ed into it. So, it's just, you know. Lots of people do jiu-jitsu. I've had some strange encounters in my life.
When is that going to happen? Like, I have to assume, and you get asked this a lot, I've heard you answer this interview, but you competing in that kind of area.
In MMA?
Mixed martial arts, anything like that, sure. It just seems to me logically that would be something you'd be interested in.
Well, I don't think Vince will let me do that.
Well, maybe not at this point, but you never know. I mean, Brock Lesnar went from being a very successful mixed martial arts fighter, wrestler, all of that stuff.
Yeah, did you get punched in the face?
Yeah, once or twice.
It's not fun.
It's the worst thing ever.
Right. It's horrible.
He didn't seem to like it either, and he's a big, tough guy. So no interest.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I mean, getting punched in the face sucks, but, you know, I mean, I get punched in the face, I think, more than half the UFC. I mean, you know, it happens, you know. Am I interested? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, you know what I mean? Doing what I do now, I am not able to train how I would need to. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
Okay. The new title belt. A lot of people, including myself, I like the new title belt, felt that you deserved to be able to reveal a new belt, you know, because the spinner belt didn't kind of really fit what you were doing, and you were getting enough of a reaction, had the title belt long enough where maybe that was something that you should be awarded. Was that something that you would have liked to have been able to do?
Yeah, absolutely, and that was actually one of the goals. I mean, I never would have spoke about it on TV if there wasn't a new title belt ready to go.
Right.
And so I did that, and I just got the runaround forever about it.
But it was something that maybe you were going to do initially.
Well, absolutely, yeah,
Okay.
and it was talked about too. It just never happened.
Wow. Do you know, is there any frustration? First of all, your match clearly is the main event. I don't know how other people are discussing it, but it's the one that I hear all the buzz about with the Undertaker and the streak. But is there any frustration with everything you accomplished and just the viral buzz you had when you left and came back, and that incredible reign that you had, that you're not defending the belt at this WrestleMania? Is there any frustration there?
No, because I got the Undertaker. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I think the streak ultimately is bigger than a title. You know what I mean? I mean, 20 years undefeated at WrestleMania, and the way this thing's been built up. No, I'm not salty about not even having the title anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I think I built that thing up, you know, and I worked very hard to do that. So, you know, and it was to get it ready for, you know, the next guy. So no, not salty at all.
Got you. How's Colt Cabana doing?
He's awesome.
He is doing awesome.
Yeah, he's around. He's floating around.
It's just funny because, like, and again, I go back to some of the things it looks like that you get away with, maybe is the wrong term, but I love it when you throw stuff in there like that. Like, if you're a fan of the entire business as a whole, I'm a WWE fan, but if you're a fan of wrestling,
fan.
yeah, absolutely. You seem to be a wrestling fan still, and when you work that stuff in the matches,
And it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, is there pushback? Do people get upset when you do things like that? Not at all.
No, not at all.
Well, that's good to hear.
Like everybody's talking about me wearing the Cesaro shirt to the press conference yesterday, and like I was just like, that was a clean shirt that I grabbed and I wore that day. You know,
I don't know, man.
It's not some sort of silent protest because he's not on Mania. Although I will go on record right now, and it is absolutely ridiculous that he doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. I will pimp that guy until the cows come home. He's awesome. He's everything that the WWE should want in their superstars. He's tremendous. He can wrestle. He's a brick shit house. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, he looks the part. He acts the part. He walks and talks the part.
Strong,
he can speak
man.
7 different languages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, you're missing the boat on this guy. And you know, yeah, I'm gonna represent the I guess the little guy,
Right.
so to speak.
I'm friends with your friend Joey Mercury, who's a tremendous dude, and he's told me some of the things that like you've done for him in his career to help
let's
him out.
not talk about that.
We don't have to, but he was talking to me about.
I'm a bad man.
Well, I mean, maybe some stories I didn't hear.
Horrible human being.
You seem to be a pretty decent guy from what I hear, but I won't let that out. He says the same thing about Cesaro, and I'm a Wade Barrett guy. Like, I think Wade Barrett has got very high potential in the industry, and he says take that and multiply it twice, and that's what Cesaro is. What are the politics like where it's like, okay, that's kind of well known, but he's still where he is right now with the company?
I don't know. It's people get this twisted and confused a lot. When somebody like me does interviews and I talk about, you know, creative process
Right.
or politics or something like that. Or somebody like Ziggler or somebody does these interviews. To me, what it boils down to is just a difference of opinion. This is not my company. If it was, it would be run very differently. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying the way Vince does things is 100% right or 100% wrong all the time. And I'm not saying I know the answer to everything. I just, you know what I mean? Like, Vince does what he thinks is best for business, and he's right a lot of the times. And there's just sometimes I think he's missing the boat on stuff. Cesaro being one of them, you know. Barrett's another good one.
Yeah.
You know, I think we start and stop guys too much. They did it with me forever. They did it with Sheamus forever.
Yeah.
Where, you know, like you're the flavor of the month. You're doing this, you're doing that, and then you just kind of get, you know, shuffled to the back. And I don't think anybody can truly organically grow and become these superstars that they say they're looking for when you start and stop guys all the time. But it's just a difference of opinion in how the business is. You
have a tremendous amount of media to do. I'll let you guys. One last question, and you probably get asked more than anybody. I saw a video that you did with Austin to promote the WWE video game that you were on the cover of.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. Just seeing you guys sit there on chairs talking to one another. I mean, that was entertaining enough. That's been buzzing now for years. You come out in the Stone Cold shirt. You're saying, it's a clean shirt. I wore an Antonio Cesaro shirt. Doesn't mean anything else. Is that something that is just between you two, or is that something that the WWE has acknowledged, or is that just something for the fans?
It's never been really acknowledged in the WWE. There's just this, and this isn't me trying to promote something that isn't there.
Sure.
There's just this hilarious tension in the room when me and Steve are in the room.
Yeah, it was palpable.
It's funny, and like to actually be in a room live, like everybody else is uncomfortable except for me and like me and Steve are just. There's just this weird. I don't know how to describe it. You know what I mean? Like this weird magnetism where, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think he looks at me and he wonders. You know what I mean? And I look at him and I just kind of like, you know, yeah, whenever you know what I mean? It's like this unspoken thing. It's just the only way I can describe it. And Paul Heyman completely 100% agrees. It's the Old West.
Yeah.
And there's the two gunfighters, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And they're buddies, but everybody, these are the two guys, and everybody just always goes, I wonder what would happen.
Yeah, what if?
What if?
Yeah.
And that's really all it is.
It's pretty cool for fans.
And it's fun. Yeah. I mean, it's cool for me too. You know what I mean?
Last thing for you, man. John, my diet soda is the funniest damn thing that I've ever heard. We made shirts for it for the radio station, actually. It's just, I
got in trouble for that one.
Dude, if it was spur of the moment.
God damn it, stop talking about your diet soda.
Was that exactly how the conversation went?
Exactly how the conversation went.
It was phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure to talk to you.
When I was doing commentary, it was a highlight of my career.
I like when it was just you and you said, can I wear the blazer? And you put on Triple H's blazer when it was just like the three of you in the ring and went out there. That was good, too.
It was good times.
Good stuff, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Good luck against The Undertaker. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
CM Punk, there he is, best in the world on 106.7 The Fan. Chad Dukes live from Wrestlemania. Coming right back.